Guys, so today I'm going to be doing an unboxing on the Thrustmaster T-Lcm pedals. These are Thrustmaster's own load cell, well they're load cell magnetic. Now on this box the seal is broken already, but I think that's because I ordered the little brackets for the cockpit and stuff, so I think they're in this box as well instead of being in their own box. So yeah, the box itself as always with a lot of Thrustmaster stuff is just black on top, with information obviously with the Thrustmaster's own logo. And like I said, the T-Lcm rating on it, and then they've got their own like social media, so Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and their Instagram, which I'll probably throw on screen, and I'll try and put it in the description if I remember to do so. On this side, facing me, you've actually got a little image of the pedals themselves. If you can see that well, it just tells you the compatibility. So you've got PS4, Xbox One and PC. Now this is all dependent on your wheel as well, so they work with the TGT, the T300RS and the T150RS on PS4, and with the Xbox One they work with the TSXW, the TX and the TMX, and for PC they pretty much work with everything because it's through PC. You can go USB or you have the option of plugging directly into your wheelbase. I probably will just go USB because that makes it easier for me anyway. Oh yeah, the reason why it's going to go PC is because it's got a higher resolution or whatever that's called. So yeah, on the left right side they have some information as well, pretty much just telling you. It's kind of hard for me to see from here, but a lot of different information like most boxes usually have. It's also showing you about how the pedals are adjustable. Like I think it's mainly just height adjustable. Don't think it's adjustable side to side. It actually is adjustable side to side. Looking at just further investigation in the box, it is. On the back side, you've just got pictures of all the different compatible wheels. They also show you there too that they've got like a little kind of stand, I guess, for them, for if you're not using a cockpit or whatever. And then on the side you've got a picture of the actual like back end of the assembly of the whole brake pedal, which comes like these different springs. I think there's like a black one, there's a red one, and then there's also a white one which is different, like spring rates and how stiff your pedal will end up being, which is relatively easily switched from what I can remember seeing on other YouTube videos. So yeah, we'll get right into the box now. I don't think any of these, all these are already open, so I don't really need to open that luckily. So as always, the box is always open from the top of Thrustmaster, and then you've got like two flaps. I'm going to have to kind of rotate it this way, by the way that flap is because of the tripod. So yeah, on top you get your, I think this is actually like a drilling template. Say if you need to like drill holes in your cockpit or whatever, pretty much. Looks like it's 5 holes total. I think depending on your cockpit as well. If it's sorry, not with the cockpit, with the adapters it's only 2 on each side. You don't need to use the middle one as far as I know. And it also shows you too, just if you could see that there, like the different springs and stuff that comes. Sorry, there's any reflection there, but it's kind of hard to see on the screen this camera because it's quite small. What else have we got? We've got also showing you the software that you use to like calibrate your pedals. I think that's what it's for. Yeah, so you can calibrate like your clutch, your throttle, and your brake pedal and things like that. And it also tells you too like what, if I can get that easily, what bolts you can use. I don't know if you'll be able to see that too well on that because it is quite small rain. That's actually quite handy, that, to be fair. I think this may actually be the box. Well, it sounds like a load of metal, so it probably is the metal plate mount things for the cockpit. So let's just get into that. Relatively simple to do, which is always handy. Except from these side flaps seem a little bit awkward to get to because they're very tightly taped, which is always good. I suppose you don't want, like you don't want bits of metal to be clunking about inside your box, especially if it's going to come inside the same box that the pedals come in. And the actual little white box itself, there's no tape on it, so that's pretty handy. And I've just lost bits of it, but essentially what it is pretty much just like 2 bits of metal, and there's like what looks like little rubber feet. I don't know why you'd use that. Must just be to separate from the cockpit itself, probably for like vibrations and them kind of things. And also there seems to be like a little kind of rectangular feet, I think they might be for whether it actually attaches to the pedals itself. Well, that's what I'm guessing. I won't know until I actually until I actually look into the actual manual, if there is, which there is when I can see it from the box. You may not be able to see because that flap's covering it, but yeah, in terms of the actual pedals themselves, now it is actually quite a big unit compared to the usual T3 Pros, I think, or the T3 PAs I should say. They're relatively similar. So yeah, it's protected by your typical white polystyrene foam. This stuff is quite a mess, so you may want to be careful when you're taking that out as well. Then you've also got your little instruction manual, sorry. As always with Thrustmaster, they seem to be rather overboard with their instruction manuals, but then that being said, there does seem to be a total of 15 different languages on it, so that's probably why they are quite thick, so that makes sense. I would also recommend you keep this. I've actually kept all my manuals that were gone off the Thrustmaster, so good idea to keep these. So probably the best way to pull these out is if you can see there's like two little indentations on each side, kind of where this little flap is as well. You probably want to pull it up like that. So I wouldn't recommend pulling it by the pedal itself, but I'm going to pull it out and then I'm going to come back just because I have a lot of space to work with here. So when you get out, you want to check in the sides here. There's like little indentations. You'll have two little bags, mindful when I tried pulling out. So yeah, and one you have, so I don't know if you'll be able to see it through that packet there, but it's like a phone connection to another phone connection, and then the other one is USB to I think it's just another USB port. It's like a printer cable more or less, but that's what you have the option to either with the phone cable you can run it directly to your wheel, or with the USB one you can obviously directly run it to your computer, which from what I've heard in other videos it's better to run it straight to your computer if you can, if you're using a computer obviously. If not, you're going to have to run it to your wheelbase. So in the other packet you have your springs that I was talking about. If you can see them that well, sorry about the line here, it's not the greatest, but yeah, like I said, you've got your red ones, you've got a white one, and then I'm pretty sure the pedals themselves already have the grey ones installed. You've got like a few washers. I'm guessing that's probably just to go around the little shaft that's like actually in the pedal itself. You've also got a little Allen key or hex key, you probably can't really see it there too well, it's like there. And then you've also got little plastic wedges, which I think is to kind of change the angle of the actual pedals themselves. They all seem to be the exact same size, so I'm guessing it's just one size or nothing pretty much. But in terms of putting the springs in, from what I've seen, they're really easy to install. I probably won't really show in this video. It's relatively easy to change these springs. I think it's just a little thing in the back that you pull out. But I know there's definitely a YouTube video showing you how to do this, because I did watch that video before this as well. So I'll see if I can find that as well and leave in the description as well for you. So yeah, there's nothing else on the side of these, so you can pretty much pull them off as you would want. Double check, make sure there's nothing else in them. From what I could see, there's nothing in them. So yeah, you've just got like a plastic bag. Just try and get that off best you can. Should be relatively easy to do so. And there you have it. Now, from what I can feel, it's a rather weighty unit as well, so that'll probably be a good thing too. You may not, shouldn't really slip around too much if you're obviously pushing down on it, but you could definitely feel the difference in that brake pedal, that's for sure. Another reason too why I'm switching over my accelerator pedal, so I'm going to flip it around just so you can see the pedals themselves a little bit better. But my accelerator pedal too, it's kind of like coming over to the side like a little bit, so it's kind of like bending. Now these themselves are all fully, I don't know what metal, but I'm guessing it's probably like steel, I guess. I'll find out for you. But they're all metal built, so there shouldn't really be much of a flex in them. Like I said, the brake pedal itself is obviously a load cell, so I can't really push down much in that. It's probably going to have some adjustment to it, which I'll probably have to look into, but I'll probably do that in my own time or whatever. It does have a I don't even know what that pattern is even called, but if you ever see like the kind of like metal plating you would see like in race cars, except usually they're kind of more in squares. This is like their own kind of design they've put in, which is quite nice. It looks really thin, but it shouldn't really, like, I don't think you'd really damage it that quick, to be honest. Your pedals themselves, the actual pedal plates I guess, are actually metal as well. With the T3As they were plastic, which is what I used to have, which is why a lot of like squeak was coming from it. And as well with my T3As as well, the actual brake pedal itself was squeaking quite a bit, which is annoying for like streams and stuff like that. So, but I've always been like wanting to go with like a load cell brake. I originally did want to go with Fanatics, but the problem is, well, not really a problem, but Fanatics are just that bit more expensive, and if you want to go brand new, like I tend to buy all my stuff brand new, just because you don't have to like worry about like if it's going to work when you get it or whatever. But yeah, that's probably the reason I went with Thrustmaster, and to be honest, I quite like all the Thrustmaster gear anyway, so thought why not. Also on the bottom is where you have all your mounts, so you've got a hole here, another one here, and another one up here. And then you've got one in the middle. I can't really point at that, but that is so you can obviously custom mount it. But as far as I know, with the metal plate that I got, you mount them there into there, and then the same on the other side, and then it's just a hole in the middle then, which will mount to most GT Omega cockpits, because I know that because that's what I'm using. Pretty much any cockpit that allows the T3A pedals or the T3A Pros is kind of the same mount system, and I'm pretty sure. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. I will try and, obviously like last time, I'll try and do more and more of the unboxing stuff with sim gear, but obviously that's kind of hard to do because obviously you need the money to buy the stuff and things like that, unless you've got a big sponsor, which I unfortunately don't. But yeah, I'll try and do as many more of them as I can. In terms of doing like sim gear, I wouldn't be the biggest sim racer, like I still do. I do a bit of F1, do a bit of, I've recently got into a set of course of competition or whatever. So buying gear is kind of not something I can put myself to do, because obviously it's not going to be used too much. But yeah, I always wanted to use, I've actually wanted these since I bought the wheelbase, so I may as well go and buy them now when they're in stock, because they have been having a lot of problem getting these in stock, I guess, with the whole current world situations and stuff. So don't forget to leave a like on the video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you next time.